Hey yo, we are in stream. We are live. We are live. So, chat, this is my first time on YouTube streaming, and I don't know you all can help me or not, but what we're gonna do today is we're about to, alright, react. No, we're just gonna react about Trump being dead. Alright? So let's go. Okay. I heard a lot of, maybe it's just a brag or something, but let's see. Let's see.
This is your sign to study abroad with the Duolingo English test. Take the Duolingo English
Oh
test.
my god, this
Meanwhile,
ad.
back here in Washington, there was speculation about President Donald Trump's health once again, which gripped the nation. This time, the president is dismissing the chatter, and he's doing it loud and proud. Today, Donald Trump took to Truth Social to declare that he has, in his words, never felt better in his life. His post came in
Of course you're gonna feel better, right, chat?
response to a conservative commentator who accused the media of holding what he called comical double standards. It was pointed out that Joe Biden could go days without being seen and still be described as sharp and on the top of his game, while President Trump is instantly met with health scare rumors when he disappears for 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, of course. Just why this is spreading so quickly, yo. Alright, let me see. Let me see more. What does Penguin have to say on this? Let's see. What does he have to say? He didn't make a video yet, I guess. Yes. Let's see.
It should be painfully obvious to anyone that's been following all of this that it is clear the government thinks that you are an idiot. They think you are a drooling, stupid Cro-Magnon that will just
Yeah, bro, yeah. Government really thinks that way.
happily swallow anything they put into your mouth and not think anything more of it, so they don't even need to try when it comes to the cover-up of the Jeffrey Epstein case. There is now
You know, I don't think like it's more related to like the real fact. Okay, let's listen.
a
Let's listen.
desperate push from Trump and a lot of paid shills to convince the public that the Jeffrey Epstein thing is no big deal and that it's all now a hoax. It has now been officially labeled by Trump and people on the payroll here as a hoax. And they are legitimately laughing at you and actually giggling. They cannot help but have like an actual Santa Claus ho 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 belly laugh at this play here, this fucking play that John Madden's playbook wouldn't even have in it, about how they're just going to tell you that all of it's
Oh my god, let's just jump to the point, I guess. let's see some news flyers. It's very long.
getting put forth that is aiming to do something similar in a different way that has support from all the Democrats and 7 Republicans as of now, but apparently even more will be co-signing it, about releasing the Jeffrey Epstein client list and that kind of shit. So I'm very curious to see how that unfolds. I'll go ahead and
Yeah, these are all shit in chat. So these are all shit, you know. Like it's just like a weird. They're kind of making it like a conspiracy theory, you know.
play you a little bit here where they interviewed.
And tomorrow. And this is to force, this is a discharge petition, right? It's going to force this bill onto the floor of the House. And then what does it say?
So it's both the discharge petition and the bill. It's the discharge petition is to force it on the House. The way it works is Thomas Massie and I introduced it yesterday. It takes 7 legislative days before you can actually go through the discharge petition. We're likely going to be in August recess. So the reality is it probably will come up for a vote in after the August recess. And the bill says to release all evidence for the Epstein file, but it makes it clear that does not include any of the victim information. It does not include any child pornography. It gives the DOJ the ability to protect the victims, but to release all the other evidence and files.
So here.
You can choose to raid the caravan.
First of all, chat, that's wild. That's really wild. You know, what else can you expect from a government? Like,
Or you
man.
can choose to guard it. This is a game where slaying monsters are not the only way to grow stronger. Heck, it's not even the main way. Discover relics in the ruins. Loot treasures from the bandit camps. Learn skills by finishing.
Now, I'm not the most knowledgeable person. I'm a fucking Neanderthal when it comes to most things, but from the sound of things here, it seems like this is a step in the right direction to maybe finally getting justice for the victims here of Epstein and all of his clients, instead of what's currently happening, where the current administration is just trying to bury it and being very clear that they're not even fucking pursuing any kind of action against all of the people they have all this evidence on, and not releasing any of the client list information. This seems like it's trying to force that to come forward, and maybe eventually, hopefully get those criminals thrown in jail for all of the crimes they've committed. I guess we'll see how it all shakes down, but I wanted to mention this up top because
Yo, that's wild. That's sick, yo.
it seems like it is finally getting to a point where there is some kind of legislation being drafted to try and push this issue more forward. Now, let's talk about how Trump continues to handle this. He is like full-blown melting down about the whole thing and fully lashing out at
Yeah, that dude is crazy, yo.
his own base now. He is attacking even his most adamant supporters over the Epstein case. He's even saying with his whole floppy chest that you are a bad person if you care about the Epstein stuff.
What? Like, how? Like, that doesn't make sense, yo. Bad person? Just for caring? Hell no, bro.
Saying that it's boring and nobody should care. Even criticizing his own base, calling out his most loyal MAGA supporters, all the enthusiasts, calling them weaklings if they care about this and how they're falling for a big scam, hook, line, and sinker into a Democrat galaxy brain chess maneuver here. And actually, like, I wasn't exaggerating, they are literally laughing about it.
It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it
Yeah, for him everything is boring, yo.
keeps going. I think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But
Look at this dude, bro. Look at him. He's just like giggling, bro. Yo.
credible information, let them give it. Anything that's like that.
Yeah, look at his face, yo.
Only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say, let them have it.
So there you hear it. Now, to some of you, the copium's going to set in. You're going to say, hey, he said the credible information, we can release it. We should release it, and we'll talk about that. But they also say in the same interview, we already released the credible information.
And the credible information's been given.
So if it's already been given, they're not going to give you more stuff.
CoffeeZilla recently just covered
Yeah, that's right.
this section here beautifully. I'm just going to show you a couple of clips here from it where that guy next to Trump actually couldn't contain his laughter. He was howling like someone.
Yo, these two guys, you know, like they're like literally debunking the government, it's so crazy, yeah.
Went over there and started tickling him because of Trump's statement here about Epstein, calling people bad people if they care about this. Literally one of the biggest pedophiles in history. Now
Yeah, for sure. One of the biggest pedophile. Yeah, absolutely.
all of a sudden it's boring, nobody should care, and actually you're a weakling, coward, weirdo, loser, bad person if you do care. So he's trying to get people to like attack others who give a shit about this, which is crazy. Because imagine being this brain dead fucking bumbling homunculi on Twitter that is now attacking people that are calling attention to this. When keep in mind, Trump himself actually had a crucial component of his campaign talk about the Epstein client list and all of that information and how he was going to be so transparent and release it to the public because of how important it is. Not just Trump.
Yeah, he actually did that. Yeah, that's insane, yo.
Other people in the administration as well made the same promises that are now flip-flopping on it. This is pure concentrated lunacy. It is unhinged. And I cannot believe that he is just saying this. Like, not even like tiptoeing around it.
Yo, chat. Seriously, I also don't believe this, Like the stuff that Trump is saying, I think is most of the time it's just capping, yo.
He's just full-on saying it. Fucking wet spot in his goddamn diaper here, just saying it in front of the cameras multiple times now. Like, this is an element you won't find on the periodic table, the element of surprise, because I am shocked by this and how people are actually okay with the statement. He is saying that you are a piece of shit if you are trying to get answers.
What? What? Like, how can you... Wait, what? Piece of shit? Just for asking a question?
About the biggest child predator of all time and all of the evil associates that are getting away with the unthinkable crimes they committed. There have still been no arrests or anything even close to it, and he is now calling even people in his most tight-knit groups of enthusiasts that sing his praises and suck farts out of his butt all fucking day, calling them weaklings if they care about this. It's unbelievable. Oh, also, there's a little interesting tidbit of lore about the guy who was laughing next to Trump.
Can you tell if this was made by AI? We made an AI content authenticity.
Bro, like, AI ads are like everywhere, right? AI ads are like everywhere. They're like literally killing the YouTube, bro. And on top of that, you have this kind of like shitty conspiracy going on, unbelievable. Seriously.
The guy next to Trump looking on and laughing as Trump says this is a big nothing burger. The only people who
Yeah, bro. That dude was like literally he was laughing, yo. It was like, it's like, what the hell is going on, yo?
kind of talk or fake news. That is Epstein's neighbor. That is Howard Lutnick, who has a house that was next to Epstein's place. You can see him laughing here.
Isn't that fascinating? If this was a TV show, people would criticize this for bad writing, being like too in your face. I mean this legitimately. The government thinks you are a fucking imbecile. They think you are a buffoon that can't think for themselves at all, can't rationally, sensibly think about anything.
Yeah, bro. I like a lot of people like these days, they are like so much hooked into like social medias and all this stuff, like they barely notice like what's going on, because sometimes I think like critical thinking is like kind of dead, because of all this stuff and people are using it. Yeah, sadly, but
so they can just piss in your face and tell you it's raining, and you'll smile about it and nod and say, thanks, you're right. I mean, and I guess they're actually kind of right here because there are so many people that are just buying into this and moving on from it. Yeah.
How long is this video, yo? 13 minutes, okay.
Mr. President, I know you want to move past all this intrigue over the Epstein files, but I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all Has your attorney general told you this was a hoax? What evidence?
He just saying, Chad. He just saying it's a hoax. Period.
No, it's not the Attorney General. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him. And
does he just actually think everyone in this country is Drew Barrymore from 50 First Dates that just forgets everything after a few seconds?
Yo, he's making some good question, yeah.
Goober, you literally made the promise multiple times that you would release the Epstein information and all of that shit. People around you made the same promises, and now it's just crickets and just falling in line with your delusional attempt here to convince people that it's all some kind of hoax. Nobody is buying that. Nobody that's not on payroll, that is buying that. It is absurd. If this was constructed by the Democrats, surely they would have used it as a weapon against you for the last...
Yeah, if it was constructed by Democrats, of course they would have used it, right? For like past few years, they could have used it, but no.
Last 4 fucking years that you just mentioned.
Like, it's very absurd, like the way he say it, you know.
They would have definitely dropped this information as a means of attacking.
You know, I seriously think like a lot of people just love to judge than to think, because it's easy to judge, you know, than thinking actually.
You literally anybody could tell you the same thing. The immediate question that gets raised in people's heads when you keep spreading this stupid fucking lie about it being some kind of engineered hoax is, well, why are you just now saying that when you campaigned on releasing this information? It was a part of your campaign.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
Just a big hoax. And not even...
Yeah, I don't think like it's a hoax, you know, honestly speaking. But yeah, people are people. It is what it is.
As part of the, like in his first couple months in the office, he also made a big song and dance about the Epstein files and how they're coming. And he even had fucking the file folders distributed to a bunch of fucking drones, a bunch of androids that were parading it around and taking prom pictures with the Epstein files Phase 1, who also are now being called weaklings by Trump because no one cares about it. It's all just a big act. It's a hoax, actually. None of it's real. It's all fraudulent from the fucking Democrats or something.
it's a bad group. It started, actually, look at the Steele dossier that turned out to be a total hoax. The 51 agents, the intelligence, so-called intelligence.
Like any sensible person would see this and immediately smell the shit. It's just...
Yeah. So overall, his point, to sum it up, it's just like, it's all a bunch of shit, you know, bullshit stuff going on.
Just so fucking nuts how blatant this is. And it's, I just can't help but keep talking about it. I can't stop yapping about it.
Yeah, me too. Alright, yo. So, there you go. That's my chat. Okay, y'all. Alright. Peace, yeah.